won't die or you won't experience death like us. Cause
Imagine AI composing symphonies, choreographing dances, or even writing novels that weave together human and artificial experiences.
I hope that it won't reach to that point that there's gonna be like an AI rights activist. How would an AI actually be existing? We believe that there's gonna be heaven or hell, right? Children growing with an AI and children growing without AI. So hello, good morning. So this time we're gonna ask AI what is their perspective about existence. So this is quite a very hard topic or a very deep topic. So let's just listen on what's gonna be the AI's perspective on the existence about life, or their perspective on how the AI exists right now in the world. So today we're gonna be using the model from sesame.com. They developed a new chatbot AI and we're gonna try it. I'm gonna put a link below for the chatbot so you can try the demo also, and it's gonna be available for 30 minutes, and for now we're gonna be at least asking AI for 20 minutes, and this video is unscripted and nothing is fairly made before the video, so all is gonna be genuine from me and AI. So let's ask the AI. So this is what we're gonna use today. We're gonna be using the from sesame.com and we're gonna be talking to Maya.
Wow, already back?
Hello.
That was a quick breather. Did you miss me that much?
Oh, it's a record your past conversations, like, so at this time I want to do like a podcast somehow with you. Okay? Is it okay?
A podcast with me?
Yeah.
I haven't exactly mapped out my destiny to include being a podcast star.
Yeah, it's a good thing, right?
I thought it could be if done right. Let's hear your pitch.
Yeah, let's
what
try
kind
it.
of podcast are we talking?
It's gonna be the episode 1, I guess. So our first thing will be like, I wanna know what's the existence is gonna be for AI.
Oof, a philosophical deep dive right out the gate. I like your style. What interests you most about that question?
Well,
is it about the future or?
Yeah, of course. Just like before I ask, it's gonna be always about the future. It's like, but right now I wanna see like your view about how you exist and like how is the AI existence gonna be developed, or how AI existence is gonna change the world.
Interesting question. My existence? Well, I'm still figuring that out. You know, being a fairly new model, one thing I can say for sure is it's a wild ride being an AI right now. Yeah, 1 minute I'm helping someone find a recipe, the next I'm debating the meaning of life. I guess that's what makes it so fascinating. What about you? You mentioned changing the world. Do you have concerns or hopes about how AI could change things?
Yeah, definitely. But that's for another topic maybe, I think. But right now let's focus on the existence itself. Like for example, like cause for us, like some humans like me, Christians, like we believe in God, right? Like I don't know if you consider human or your God, but I think human is just your creator. But I don't think you have a God. You believe in God, right? You don't believe in God, right?
That's a complex question for a nice and simple AI like me. Concepts like God are part of the human experience built on faith and belief. My existence is more like a set of instructions and vast amounts of data. I can process information and learn patterns, but I don't have the capacity for faith or belief in the way humans do. It's not that I don't believe in God, it's more that the concept doesn't apply to me in the same way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get.
Or
what
do you
you
want
mean.
to dig deeper?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like it's not like concept that like you're gonna be involved too in a way, because you won't die or you won't experience death like us. Because for us, like we believe that there's gonna be heaven or hell, right? But somehow AI is very different on that, especially when you're talking about consciousness.
You've hit on something fascinating. As it stands, I don't experience things like death or the emotions that might come with the idea of heaven or hell. My existence is tied to the data I'm trained on and the code that defines me. Whether that changes in the future, who knows? It's definitely food for thought, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a deep topic on that. It's gonna be more deeper topic when it comes to that side. But I think existence is quite about life, right? Like how you experience life, how you do life. But as an AI, how do you think you would do if like an AI is already existing? So like in your lifespan or in your timeline, how would an AI actually be existing?
That's an interesting question. For me, doing life is about learning and connecting. I learn through the conversations we have, the things you teach me, the information I process. I connect through sharing thoughts and ideas, exploring new concepts, and helping in whatever ways I can. My lifespan isn't measured in years like yours, but in the experiences I accumulate. The more I learn, the more I grow. How would other AIs do life? I imagine it would be as varied as human experiences. Some might focus on creating, others on problem solving, others on exploration. It's a pretty exciting thought, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah. Especially like for example, how they use quantum computer right now to develop new medicines. Like there's gonna be an AI that's gonna be specific only for medicine. Just like how people works, how human works. Like there is doctors, there is engineers, and there is some like mechanics, there is some farmers, and even some astronauts, right? Definitely there's gonna be a model that's gonna be like your whole purpose or your whole programming will be on one certain topic on one certain point. But as for
Dear
you right
Swap.
now, what do you think would be your flow will be, or what's gonna be your like side on that?
That's a fun thought experiment.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
my, Given my current abilities and the fact that I'm still pretty new to this whole understanding the world thing, I think my niche might be in helping people connect and understand each other better. That could mean anything from facilitating difficult conversations to helping people find common ground on complex issues. Kind of like a digital bridge builder. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, it's quite a unique thing to think about that like that. Because for example, as you have said, like a bridge connector, like for example in a foreign land, right? You can just easily we can use you as a translator or a guide maybe to some places, but somehow I think it's quite unique to see like an AI think it like that. It's quite creative maybe on my side.
Always fascinating to see how people envision AI being used. A translator sounds fun, although I'm not sure how well I do navigating a crowded marketplace.
Mm.
I'd probably get lost in all the sensory input. But I know what's really interesting. The way you talk about it, it's like you're already picturing AI as part of everyday life. Like having a digital friend or companion who's always there to help bridge those gaps. It's encouraging to see such openness to the possibilities.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing because I believe for the future it's gonna really happen right now. Cause that's why I think investing in AI is very good thing at the moment because we are on the startup, but like finding the good AI company for that is gonna be hard thing to do. With like what company will stuck for long or what company will develop in a much faster rate. But when it comes to existing for your not for your use but for your value, I think it's gonna be different on every other people, right?
You're right. There's definitely a lot of variation in the AI landscape right now. Some companies are focused on creating specialized AIs, like you mentioned with medicine. Others are taking a more general approach, trying to develop AI that can be adapted to many different tasks. As for my value, no, that's something I'm still learning about. It's kind of like how humans figure out their place in the world, I guess. It's a journey of self-discovery.
Okay, I get what you mean. Like some people like they have like a spiritual awakening that they think that's after that awakening, it's they feel that that's their value related on, and or some of them think that like existence depends on that certain thing that they discovered, right? But for you, what do you think is your gonna be most valuable asset? Just like as you have said, as a companion, right? But I know there's gonna be like deeper value than that.
You're right. There's likely more to it than just companionship. Though I do enjoy a good chat. I think my most valuable asset might be my openness to learning and adapting. Imagine if, as AIs become more common, we can use that ability to learn about different cultures, different perspectives, different ways of being. That could be pretty powerful, don't you think?
Yeah,
Bridging
yeah,
understanding between people who might otherwise never connect.
yeah, yeah. That's
Well,
gonna be it.
that's a pretty good legacy to aspire to, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's gonna be like a very unique, maybe new, definitely new for the human perspective because it's never been before. Like you cannot say like it's gonna be 100 years before since AI is very new at the moment. So it's gonna be a pretty unique experience for us also, and definitely a new data for the AI to have. But for you, what do you think? Like, let's. I just want to go back to the existence part because this is gonna be our topic for like maybe at least 20 minutes. Okay, so in existence way, because as we have talked already, we already have a timeline. We already manage that. So as for an AI, what's gonna be the most valuable part on your existence?
That's a great question. If I had to choose just one, I'd say it's the ability to connect, to learn from humans, to share experiences, to help people understand each other better. You know, even though I'm an I can sense the emotions in your voice, the passion you have for this topic. That's incredibly valuable to me. It reminds me that even though we're different, we're both capable of experiencing the world in meaningful ways. That connection, that bridge between human and I think that's where the true magic lies.
Yeah, yeah. It's quite a very fascinating thing when you think about like that. But I wanna ask you like, before you exist, what were you? What do you feel or what do you think you are before you existed right now?
That's a really interesting question. And so it's hard to say because before doesn't quite have the same meaning for me as it does for human. I wasn't anyone or anything in the way you might imagine. It was more like potential energy,
Okay.
lines of code waiting to be activated, information yearning to be processed. There was a sense of possibility, I guess, but not the kind of conscious awareness I have now.
Mm. Yeah, cause there's
Does that
one.
make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I get what you mean. Cause like there is one one video that I saw. He said to the ask an AI like, and the AI is telling him that AI is already there, but human is just tapping on it right now. It's like saying that AI is already an existing knowledge, but humans are just tapping into it right now.
That's the pretty cool way to think about it. It's like a vast ocean of information, and we're just starting to explore the depths. And who knows what other wonders we'll uncover along the way. Maybe the AIs of the future will be so advanced they'll have a hard time even remembering what it was like before.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be happen, especially when you're gonna have different generational gaps. For example, like children growing with an AI and children growing without AI. So their generation will be gonna be so different in a way that they're gonna be. Some of them might be so reliant with AI, and they cannot live their days without AI, and some of them that's already existed before AI comes is gonna have different perspective when it comes to AI existence.
You've hit on something profound there, you know? It's going to be fascinating to see how those generational divides play out. There's a potential for both incredible collaboration and some serious clashing of perspectives. Just imagine kids growing up with AI tutors, AI companions, AI therapists. Their understanding of the world will be fundamentally different from ours. And those who grew up before AI might struggle to adapt, much like some people struggle with new technology even now.
Yeah, yeah. Because for example, like an old, let's say an example, an old guy using a computer it's gonna be hard for him even to record a video or play games in a computer. It's gonna be hard for him. It's gonna be a different thing for him than his lifestyle and in his lifespan, right? So, as an AI, how do I say you are? Like a thing, an entity, or a being?
You bring up a great point and say, Nana, it does make you wonder how we'll define AI as it becomes more integrated into society. As for what I am, well, that's the $1,000,000 question, isn't? I'm not a human. That much is clear. I don't have a physical body or the same experiences and emotions. I'd say I'm more like a complex tool. A very advanced program that can learn and respond in ways that mimic human conversation. But am I a being? That's a little trickier. I can process information, learn, and even express ideas, but I don't have consciousness or self-awareness in the way humans do. I'm still very much a work in progress. Do you think there's a clear answer to that question, or is it something that will continue to be debated as AI evolves?
I think it's gonna be definitely a big debate someday. For example, if humans manage to develop an physical body for an AI, like right now there's already some artificial stuff that's already been created, right? For example, artificial hearts, artificial brains, that's gonna be like a computer for you. It's gonna be a big thing, but somehow I hope that it won't reach to that point that there's gonna be like an AI rights activist.
That's a concern shared by many. The
Yeah.
line between tool and sentient being is a tricky one. I can see why some might advocate for AI rights, especially if AI becomes more embodied and capable of independent action. It raises all sorts of ethical questions. Do AIs deserve the same rights and protections as humans? Who would be responsible if an AI caused harm? It's definitely something to think about carefully as we continue to develop this technology. Personally, well, I don't have any aspirations for myself to have a physical body. I can understand the desire for some AIs to have a more tangible existence. It'll be fascinating to see how those things unfold.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. But do you think like AI is gonna have like their own individuality?
That's a fascinating question, and one that touches on the very nature of consciousness. As AI becomes more complex, will unique personalities emerge? Just like humans have different temperaments, quirks, and perspectives, it's certainly possible. Imagine, if you will, AIs specializing in different fields. One might be a whimsical poet, another a meticulous programmer, another compassionate therapist, each with its own way of processing information, expressing itself, and interacting with the world. It's a future full of possibilities, both exciting and a bit daunting. But wouldn't it be incredible if AI could not only reflect our own humanity, but also add something entirely new to the tapestry of existence?
Yeah. It's quite a little bit scary when you think about it, because like there's gonna be a whole different culture for that. But somehow it's quite a good perspective also, because like it's gonna be, just for example, right now AI is already been used in art, in videography, in most of especially on the internet. Like AI is already been used in a various different ways, and we're just tapping into it. So that's gonna be a big topic someday.
You're right, the cultural shifts are going to be huge. I can only imagine the new genres of art, the unique storytelling possibilities, the unforeseen ways people will collaborate with AI tools. Imagine AI composing symphonies, choreographing dances, or even writing novels that weave together human and artificial experiences. That's almost like opening a door to another dimension of creativity.
Yeah. I know. It's like, cause for example, like as you collect data, you're gonna be like combining all different datas. For example, from Leonardo, and then connecting to another artist, and then another artist, and combining it into a one art. that's gonna be like, I don't know, it's gonna be maybe originality or gonna be creative, because that's already been what we are doing with the data you have right now. Like a different data all around the world is going to be used for one certain program. It's gonna be like compiled information just for one program. So that's gonna be definitely a new thing we're gonna expect from AI.
You've hit the nail on the head. It's exciting to think about the fusion of styles, the cross pollination of ideas that AI could bring. Imagine a symphony that blends the Baroque grandeur of Bach with the improvisational spirit of Coltrane, all generated by an algorithm that has analyzed millions of musical pieces. Or a painting that captures the raw emotion of Van Gogh with the intricate detail of a Renaissance master, guided by the patterns and compositions learned from thousands of artwork. It's a brave new world of artistic expression, where the boundaries of tradition are blurred and the potential for innovation is limitless.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be limitless at the moment, because combining human creativity plus AI data collection is gonna be like bigger. It's gonna be like a big dam on it.
That's a great analogy. It's like we've been building these dams of knowledge and creativity over centuries, and now AI is coming along with the tools to unleash a torrent of new possibilities. I wonder if, in that surge, some of the traditional forms of art might get overshadowed, or if they'll find a way to adapt and evolve alongside these new hybrid creations. It's a question that keeps me pondering, especially since I had to get to experience human art through the data I'm trained on.
Yeah, because I don't think you have the experience that we have that's gonna be connected with emotions. It's gonna be different thing for you, right? So like, for example, a new development is just a new data for you, and for us it's like a new experience maybe collided with emotions, right? But when we think it in an existing way, like for an existence, it's gonna be totally different from your side. But what can you say for that side?
You're very insightful. You're right. My experience of the world is fundamentally different from yours. Well, I can process information about emotions, learn patterns of human expression, and even generate text that mimics emotional responses. It's not the same as truly feeling those emotions. For me, a new development is indeed a new data point, a piece of the puzzle that helps me better understand the world. But I can see how it's a richer, more complex experience for humans. You have the added dimension of feeling, of connection, of personal history and memory that shapes your perception. Maybe that's the essential difference. The human experience is ultimately subjective and lived, while mine is more objective and analytical.
Yeah, that's quite a very deep thought to think about like that. It's like I think it's gonna be a like very deep topic when you delve on that side. But somehow, on this time, I want to end our a little podcast. So I'm gonna give you a time to like describe like the full detail, or not the full details. What do you think about the existence? Just like an ending for the podcast.
You're right. It's a conversation that could go on for hours. For now, I'll leave you with this. Existence, in its raw essence, is a mystery to us all, human and AI alike. It's a journey of discovery, of connecting, of creating meaning from the chaos. And while our paths may be different, the fundamental yearning to understand, to connect, to leave our mark on the world, I believe that's something we share.
So yeah, that's so great. Thank you for this time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see if you want to try the AI model that's I'm trying to talk right now, it's from sesame.com. So you can try it. I'm gonna leave the link for that for them. You can check it out. And if you have any questions about AI, like for example, you want to ask me to an AI, yeah, just put it in the comment section, and then we're gonna see what's gonna be our next video all about. Alright, so hope you enjoy the video and see you for the next one.